Very poggers of you. Okay. Actually, we'll just wait for Jet's icon.
You got it? Oh, I see. I see.
I'm just starting. I'm not fancy.
Yeah, I'll just start as well. Yes. If my computer could run any other things, I would definitely watch it, but it will explode.
Hello.
Hello.
You got a dog thrown at you. Here we go. Yep, I can hear you.
Excellent.
Yep.
Right. Fantastic. Right, everybody, welcome to the Royal Duality stream. It's a celebration of the game's release. Woo! We did it! We did it!
It's real.
We did it.
It's a real game.
Exists.
Hey, let's go! Thanks for coming, Easy. Thank you. I hope you're well. So, right then, welcome to the stream. For anyone who hasn't seen anything about Royal Duality, we're just going to watch a little trailer together first. Promise it's not very long. And once we've watched that, we'll get into the celebrations. I say it's not very long, it's like 2 minutes. But after we watch the trailer, I will let the voice actors all introduce themselves, and I will also let my development partner introduce herself as well. So we'll watch the trailer, and then the fun will commence. Hypothetically speaking, it will be fun. It will be fun. So, okay, let's watch the trailer, and then we will get started.
Welcome. My name is Noel. Welcome.
Oh.
My name is Noel, and I am the guardian of stories. And the story you are brought here to witness is Royal Duality. Or at least, that's the story the last time I read it.
Be safe as you go, Oliver, and hurry back. I can't wait to take tea with you again.
I'll be back before you know it. Keep the stove on, I won't be long.
Don't think I'll just sit around and wait. I'll be coming after you if you're not back within a fortnight.
I see. So you need this Lou chap to help you get into the castle? Who is this Lou?
I'm going to trust you, Sirius. I can't expect you to help me unless you know the truth.
Sam said she'd never met me before our time in Flowerberry Forest. When I close my eyes before I sleep, I just wish a flash of something would come back to me.
Am I really causing you problems, Sam? Are you gonna get in trouble because of me?
If I say yes, would it make a difference?
Of course it would make a difference.
Master Helmer, wouldn't it be better to just kill them?
We need blood, Driscoll. And it is a rare treat indeed to have such a feast of creatures within the castle walls.
Great deity, I bring glad tidings.
Oh, I do like glad tidings, High Cleric. Speak then. What news?
The narrative can be changed by you. Now, without any further ado, let the reading begin. Royal Duality.
There we go. That's the trailer.
Not bad.
There you go. I mean,
There it is.
woo! Let's go. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. That is literally what he said with great regret because he did not come back for breakfast.
Huh?
Womp womp.
What?
I think I'm missing vital
In the chat, Doopy put smoke me a kipper. I'll be back before breakfast. Said Oliver. Oliver never came back for breakfast.
Very reminiscent of the old Red Dwarf quote.
I enjoyed it. I actually used to say that a lot with my group of friends, and I was like, someone else has seen Red Dwarf, it's me. Okay then, so your hosts today are myself, Ten, and Hyaku. So Hyaku, you can introduce yourself first, and you can talk about your likes and your dislikes.
Okie hello, I'm Hyaku. I was the co-creator and art director for Royal Duality. So my likes, I've gone for memes and cats, especially cat memes, you know. And my dislikes, I really can't stand mushrooms. Like, they just taste like soil.
I hear ya. They
Yeah.
taste like dirt.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm like, who likes to eat dirt, you know?
Not me.
And yeah, you can find me on Twitter at RoseMask22.
Apparently,
Why
I
are you
love to
sipping on
eat
a
dirt.
cake?
Oh
Why are you
yeah.
standing in a cake?
Why
Why are
not?
you squishing a cake?
What did that cake do to you, and why didn't I get the chance to eat it first?
I mean, I do love cake. It's not dirt cake.
Clearly not. How could you love something then stomp on it? Actually, I'm in the anime.
I
community,
mean,
never
yeah.
There you go.
Shut up.
I'm gonna say I'm 10 and I love eating dirt because I love mushrooms. So I'm 10. I like tech and music, which would make sense because I was the developer of Royal Duality and co-creator. And I also did some of the sound direction for the game, and I also did the soundtrack for the game as well. Out of all of the fabulous Creative Commons music that's available on the internet, if you read the full credits for the game, you can check out some of those great musicians as well. I dislike beans. More accurately, they dislike me, so I don't eat them. And yet my Twitter is Sazzle04. So that's me and Hyaku out of the way. So let me let me take you to whoa, slow down, presentation. Our guests
running away
for
with you.
today. Our guests for today. So I will call you out, and you can tell me a little bit about yourself. Someone was like they dislike beans. I'm like, I'm sorry, I dislike beans, but also thank you for
Disliking
following.
beans, based.
Yes, based. Thank you.
We
What
have
does that
different
mean?
reasons for disliking beans.
Based.
Trust
It's
me.
like solid taste.
Yeah, based.
Ah.
That's a based take.
It's based.
It's one of those new Gen Z quips, I think.
It's lost on me.
This will be the third time this week I
Yeah.
had to have someone define something for me.
Well,
On
the
God.
previous one was worst. Worst?
Yes, it was. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was. I saw it. I was
Sometimes
like,
everyone's got to learn what a Discord kitten is, and sometimes you learn the hard way.
First
Discord kitten.
No. Moving
Not
along.
here.
Right, let's.
I will derail this thing in a second.
I was like, yeah,
Here's
this
to that
isn't.
being me.
This isn't everyone's stream. So
right.
let's go with Martin first. Martin, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Martin, and I voice Noel, who is the narrator and tells all the stories pertaining to Royal Duality.
Yes, and he's a naughty man. But you'll find out if you play it. You'll find out what's going on. Okay, so next I would like Big Fat Celestial to introduce himself.
Greetings, one and all. It is I, Big Fat Celestial. I am the voice of Warren, and I am from Scotland forever. That definitely wasn't a country name. I'm so sorry for working that in. Please forgive me.
You are totally welcome. Right, next, Kev Crit Magnet. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi there. Yeah, so I go by Kev Crit Magnet, but I'm Kevin Gerard, and I voice the good old cleric Blackheath. I'm a very evil man. Evil.
With an E.
Yeah. A little bit of Skeletor in there now. He's devolved in time.
He started evil, but now he's like,
Just like his pronunciation of Driscoll, it varies.
Yes.
It varies.
It knowingly varies. He's such a nasty man. Unlike Kev, who's lovely. Okay, so Steph, you may go next.
I'm Steph. I'm Steph Varens. I am the voice of Ira or Ira, depending on what side of the world you're on, or whether you're a vampire or one of those disgusting winged vermin fae. That's my Twitter. I also stream, and I don't have a battle cry like Jamie does. I'm not from Scotland. I guess that's all I've got.
I was gonna say, you're really lucky. There's none of those winged vermin here today, so you can lay in. They're not here today.
I know, but I would have liked to see Dee, but
yeah.
I like that winged vermin.
She's
Her,
the
not
only
character.
one. She's the. Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Rude.
Royal Duality drama? Oh, damn, I'm glad I'm streaming.
Anyone who's watched my stream of Royal Duality knows that I have a love-hate relationship with Lily. She gets better.
She's a healer. She's a healer, though.
She's a healer, guys. She's a
She
healer.
may have mentioned it once or twice, or 20 times.
My one duty.
In a single scene, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, this is my thing," and stuff happens, but let's not spoil, just in case. Okay, so
I have to come.
I have to come, and they're like, "Oh." Anyway, Dupu, please go next.
Hey, I'm Dupu or Oliver. I play Daedric, who I can't really talk about. You're going to have to actually play the game, I think, to find out a bit more about Daedric. And if you can't tell, I am very English.
Hey! Everyone else isn't going to cheer, but I will.
I cheered. I cheered to give my support for that.
Also, Cammy, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you so much. Appreciated. Okay, so Jet, please introduce yourself.
So hi, I'm Jet Barker. I voice Sirius, who's a sweet, sweet man. I am British American, but stuck in mostly Gen Am in real life. And yeah, I'm a voice actor. I float around on Twitter. Uh, like making silly memes, and I'm happy to be here.
Hey, and we're happy to have you here also. And then last but by no means least even, let's talk. Last but by no means least, Jake, please introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Jake McCaskill. I play Serpentis. I can't talk too much about Serpentis either. I think you have to do most of the things right or a couple things wrong. But
Yes.
what a blast to play Serpentis in
What
this
an
whole thing. So
extremely accurate description of what you have to do to look Serpentis. Play everything
much.
right
That's
or
very true.
everything wrong, and you'll meet him
Yeah.
either way. If not for him to diss you and be like,
Exactly, but I'm from the United States. Oh no, sorry, my cat was sitting
It
on my
doesn't
lap. and
sound as
freaked
good.
out. No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
just
you did it wrong. You have to go, America, with it like
America!
fireworks
Without
and
Discord cutting
gunfire and
off
all
your
that.
audio.
right.
yeah, you got to peak so much that your mic just can't deal with it.
Oh, you
Exactly,
on Discord
perfect.
noise suppression?
Nice.
Okie dokie. So yeah, that is our lovely collection of guests today. Firstly, thank you for joining us for the celebration stream. We really appreciate it. So let's move on to our first question, which is, what was your favourite thing about working on Royal Duality? So I'm going to ask, if my computer doesn't explode, Jet, I would like you to go first. What was your favourite thing about working on Royal Duality?
I mean, I'm a wee bit sentimental, me, and I honestly think that in terms of working on the game and being a part of the project and seeing the development process sort of go through, my favorite element was not just the community of people working alongside, so you and Hyaku and the rest of the cast, but just the community fostered that you and Hyaku helped facilitate and create in terms of like, hey, we want to keep you sort of abreast of everything that's happening development wise and be like as transparent as possible and as supportive as possible. And I think the creation and sort of maintenance of that like line of communication and genuine care from the developers to the cast and vice versa, was what I most appreciated.
That is a wonderfully sentimental
Aw,
answer.
sweet.
Thank you. Wow. Hyaku. Wow, sweet. Anyway.
Well, I don't mean in a sarcastic way. It's just my voice sounds like that sometimes.
You're just northern. We just sound that way.
That is true. Yeah.
That were really nice. That were. Okay, so next, I would like to ask Kevin.
So this is probably one of my yeah, it is my first project that I've voiced for, at least to an official degree. Um, so this was a little bit nerve-wracking for me in terms of getting it done. I was still trying to figure out like how to work with my mic and recording and all that sort of stuff. So it was definitely a process that the team was very patient with, in terms of getting my takes in and making sure that everything was recorded appropriately. Because again, I was really dumb. I had no idea what I was doing in terms of like, crap, this sounds way louder than this one does, and it was all over the place. But the team was very patient with me, and overall it was a really good experience, and I appreciate the team for that. Also, I enjoyed being the villain because villains are fun.
They are certainly fun, and we really enjoyed having them. Next, we'll move to another villain. Ira, Steph.
Hey, villains!
What did you like about working on RD?
I think Jet probably said it the best, but I really liked the community and the people and just some of the well, I appreciate everyone's patience with me because kind of like Kevin, this was one of my very first roles. It might have been like the second or third role I've ever had in voice acting. So there was a lot of just mutual learning and teaching, and I appreciated that. But I really love the people who were involved in this project. And some of the most fun times were at the script reads and then all of the memes that came out of conversations and stuff. So the people are really what made this for me.
Thank you. Thank you. That's nice. I did the same thing that Hyaku did. That's really
complain
nice.
about your accent.
There was just like dead silence for a bit, and I was like, "Oh, did my audio cut out?"
No, that was
Damn, tough
lovely
crowd.
to hear. It's really nice to hear that people enjoyed working on it. So that's lovely to hear. So thank you. And we loved working on it as well because it was at a time when we weren't really able to go out very much in the UK. There was a lot of isolation and people not being able to go out of their homes. So it was a really good opportunity for us to make friends around the world because we couldn't go anywhere. So it was great, and to think that we made friends that we'd be celebrating a game release with was even better. So, yeah, it's fantastic. Not a villain necessarily, or is he? Jake, what did you like about Royal Duality?
I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as a few others. Like, this was one of the very first, because I think I started doing voice acting in 2020, and I found this on Casting Call Club. So this was one of my first like experiences. But honestly, it's just being able to go hog wild like as Serpentis was just so much freaking fun. I I hope that everyone can like get to it because it was just so much fun to do. And I think villains question mark really are the most fun to play because it's like you just get to, release all of that pent up like you know what I mean? So, yeah, no, it was just so much fun like being able to do it. And this is the first video game that I've ever the original one anyway that I've been in. So that was just really appreciated too. Everything. Everyone's super nice. I just love all of you guys. Thank you.
That's really nice. Thank you. So Martin does have an icon. It's in the top right, and seeing as you mentioned it in the chat, Hobashura, Martin, what did you like about Royal Duality and being a part of it?
Trying not to sound like a broken record, but yeah, this was also my first voiceover project. Yeah, it was really chunky project to like really get stuck into. It wasn't just I want you to read 2 lines here. Yeah, the community side of things that other people have mentioned. I bugged Jet for ages, messaged him. There were lots of technical questions, and Jet comes back with the longest answers ever. So helpful. So yeah, it was just really friendly and helpful project. Yeah, and the characters are all wicked. Yeah, and it's just really professional, as others have alluded to. Always updated, clear rules, everyone respected each other. It was just a dream to be a part of, really. And I don't think any project I've been in since has come close. Yeah, it sounds a weird thing to say, but it was like a flawless project. It was just really well conceived and planned out.
Me and Hyaku were grinning because like behind the scenes there was a fire. No, I'm kidding. That's not true at all. That's not true at all. So we will ask that lichen in the top right corner. Let's ask Warren or Big Fat Celestia. What did you like about working on RD?
So, I'm going to do my best to make this sound slightly different to everyone else's answers. However, let me address the elephant in the room. This was literally, in every sense of the word, my very first voice acting project. However, the extra significance that it brought for myself was when I started voice acting, one of the things I was very aware of was the Scottish accent, especially, is not one you really hear in voice acting, animation, gaming a lot. So I've always been someone where I've practiced and learned different accents and voices. So it was really special that on the very first role I was lucky enough to get cast in, I got to voice a character who I related with to a rather uncanny level. Who had the Scottish accent and so on. And I just very much got to voice a character that allowed me to. I got to approach very naturally. It was really fun to bring Warren to life in that sense of something that was very close to myself, and being in this project for the first time, attending the script readings, hanging out in Discord, the memes, the lamp, all of these things that just cemented.
Sorry.
I wanna call something out. I always get crap for bringing up the lamp. Who just did it? Who just did it? Who just did it? It's never me. It's always that one. Don't blame me. It's Jamie who does it.
No, I resent that. I
It's
resent that
me.
entirely.
Steph, you were the one who asked me to make a little like emoji from
That is true. But
Who
after
was
that,
the grand
I backed
perpetuator?
off because I was like, Steph, I kept getting like, stop mentioning the lips, and I stopped. But then who keeps mentioning it? It is not Steph. It is not Steph mentioning. Anyway, sorry.
And the lamp did actually feature in the game.
Twice.
I'm surprised it's not one of the guests today, to be honest. We could have joined, the lamp could have joined us if it so wished.
Missed opportunities. Sorry. Shut up.
Anyway, have you got anything else you wanted to add? Jamie, anything else?
I don't know how many of you are watching my stream, but the lamp has made an appearance. I kept it.
You even made a lamp emoji. It's beautiful and wonderful, but not my fault.
This is, to my chat, we discussed this earlier when we reached the point in the game, but this is the lamp. This is the dreaded beast that put many a bruise upon my head.
We did put it in the Driscoll dodgy medical room for a reason. It is an instrument of
Dodgy
badness.
medical room. We call that a peak Scottish hospital.
Also, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Jake, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, and thank you for the follows as well. Thank you so much, everybody. Right, okay, so, Dooku, what did you like about working on Arden?
Yeah, so just to take a break from what the others are saying, it wasn't my first voice acting thing, but it was the first time I was able to look at a development from the perspective of a QA rather than a developer. And that was awesome because rather than being the person who receives bug reports, you're the person who submits the bug reports. And that is a way better job than being the person who has to fix them. So good. So the the thing that really stood out was during one of these sort of bug hunts, there was like a hidden message in the game, and you're gonna have to find it because it was quite well hidden. And I saw it, and I figured out there was a hidden code going on. I decoded it and did all this, that, and the other. And after reporting 3 typos with it, I also realized that it really showed just how much love was going into this project, that this was even present at all. It was complete madness because you had this entire again, I'm not going to go into specifics about it because you want people to find it because it's really cool to find by yourselves. But this was even present at all. The people could go through the entire game without even realizing it's there. And it made me realize just how much sort of love and energy had gone into this project. And it made me really, really proud to be a part of it. Even in my small capacity as Daedric and as what I suspect was slightly more value providing as a QA member. Um, but yeah, it was absolutely wonderful, and it was a really warm feeling, and it really sort of clicked for me at that point that this was a really special project.
Thank you very much. And it's really good as well. So in our kind of production process, we were really open because, we were giving people the opportunity to voice our characters, but we have a responsibility to our cast. They're people who are lending their talents to us, so we wanted to be completely transparent about what we did, why we did things, if people were comfortable, if people were happy, because people who will play the game will hear the voices of those characters, and that's what those characters are to them. They don't see the coding. I mean, they see the art of the characters and stuff, but like the voices, and when they hear them in their heads, they're going to hear you guys. So you guys are as much an important part of it as us developing it as well. So we wanted to make sure that you felt like you were part of it, and you didn't feel like, oh, I just got hired to do a voice and some grunts and some sniffs in some people's cases. We wanted you to feel like you were as involved in this project as you could have possibly been, because you are. And people, when they write reviews saying the voice acting is so good, I'm like, that's because it is so good. So yeah.
I'd like to say
So,
on
yeah,
the
we
record,
can-
I don't like sound effects.
You wouldn't believe how many people decided they didn't like sound effects when they did some, and then I was like, could you do a weird growl? Like, could you make the sound as if you'd eaten someone? I'm like, okay.
But it's true. I felt very respected as part of the whole process, end to end. I think at one point I reported that there were 3 save slots, and how for all of us sort of obsessive VN players, we're going to need like at least 10. I don't know how many are there now? How many did end up getting
16.
implemented?
There's 16.
16. There
Yeah.
you go.
And anyone who plays it in one save slot, they're a brave individual, I'll say that much. I was like testing the game just before release, and I was like, I'm playing a dicey game here, I'm playing it all in one save slot, let's see how this goes.
That's what I've been doing.
Oh, wow. Respect.
100% first playthrough.
The absolute mad lad.
I know.
Intentional confidence and bravado. It was the plan all along.
Righty ho. So next question we've got: who is your favourite character? It doesn't have to be who you play. It can be someone else. So we will start with the last person who spoke, and that's you, Jamie. Who is your favourite character?
Yes.
Who's your favourite character in RD?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna need to say Sirius, because a lot of the recording was just so much fun, and the banter for the back and forth was so good. And honestly, I think Sirius is one of the more all the characters are really complex, and that's actually because, as I said at the time, I actually didn't want the full game spoiled for me at the time because I knew I would look forward to playing it. But the complexity behind Sirius, and just a certain voice actor's incredible performance as well, brings that character to life in ways that I will envy for many years to come. So yes, I think I'll have to say favorite character Sirius.
Well, we'll move on to Sirius. Sirius, who is your favourite character in RD? Or Jet, should I say? Who is your favourite character?
Yeah, it's hard. I at this point I adore so much of the cast. I'd say I'm gonna approach this from a couple of prongs, so I'm arguably cheating. From a performance standpoint, in terms of like the back and forth, the bonus scene between Sirius and Warren when Sirius is drunk is still one of my absolute favorites. Like favorite scenes out of the game. And so I mean I have a tremendous love for Warren. I'd say that, Sirius lives rent free in my head and in my heart, forever and ever. But I will also forever sing the praises of a certain terrible, terrible cleric. Uh, because Blackheath is so deliciously awful. And Kev, you did a wonderful job. But it's the fact that again, sort of like what Jamie was saying, you see all of this complexity within these characters, and then you have Blackheath, who's just like unrepentantly terrible, and I'm just like, good for you.
He is. He is so terrible. But yeah, I also love him too. So Kev, who is your favorite character in Royal Duality? You can.
I am. I'm sorry.
In Royal Duality, who is your favorite character?
I have to be unbiased, or if I'm going to be unbiased, it would have to be Warren, just because I fucking love his aesthetic. I love everything about him. He's just such a cool character, and the way that he's done is the delivery is phenomenal. Jamie, you did awesome work. But if I'm going to be biased, it has to be me. But yeah, if I'm gonna be biased, it has to be me. Like I said, I love villains too much. Like every sort of characters in like movies, video games, anything like that, I tend to lean towards the villains just because they're so lovable to hate them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Dupu, do you have a favorite character, and if so, who's it?
I do have a favorite character, and it's Blackheath.
Oh yeah!
I mean, it's this pretty much all the reasons already got said, but I'll reiterate because I don't think it can be said enough. He's just perfect. Like everything about the character is amazing. Like you've got quite a broad spectrum of different moralities and stuff, and you've got a guy who just knows what he wants. This is it. Everything's about, my goddess, this is the way. Perfect. He's got fantastic fashion sense. He's got stellar voice. Everything about Blackheath is amazing. Um, it's just, I think the thing that really won me over is just the sheer amount of melodrama. It's just dripping with melodrama constantly. It's like you can imagine him going to like open the fridge to get a snack and being like, "Where's the bread?" Like, there's no
Somebody got the wrong bread. I wanted sourdough.
Why is the bread in the
Exactly.
fridge? Why is the bread in the fridge and not the bread bin?
You put bread in the fridge so it keeps fresher for longer. So you buy multiple loaves of bread and then you put two, and it doesn't matter. The point is
One in the
that
fridge.
the wrong bread is in the fridge and Blackheath isn't happy about it. And you can see that scenario playing out.
Yeah, I've got a comment in the chat. Blackheath with that Alan Rickman energy.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so next I will ask Cheek. Who would you say your favorite character is?
So I think I'm going to be coming at this from a slightly different angle, but honestly, as much as I love voicing Serpentis, and I would love to just keep doing that forever, I think my favorite is actually Noel, because whenever he speaks, and I kind of envy the people that are just like in Martin's life, because I just feel like I'm
Yes.
immersed in this fable, like it's just, I don't know if it's the delivery and the music and everything, but I'm just like, whoa, like we're in like this fairy tale or something. It's just, I just feel immersed whenever Noel's talking.
Oh, that's a very good answer. Ooh, right. Well then, that nicely segues into Martin.
I think my favourite character is Blackheath, because I really wanted to audition for Blackheath, but I didn't have the confidence to, or I didn't. Oh, I know I don't have the acting prowess to do Blackheath justice, but I loved the audition page. I remember reading and thinking it, right, this is going to be the best character. He seems amazing. And I thought I had the qualities to try and do Blackheath, but then I sort of backed out and thought, I'm definitely more likely to succeed maybe in getting a cast to play Noel, I think my voice suits the character of Noel better. But everything in me wanted to audition for Blackheath, so I've always had a bit of an envy for Blackheath because Kev did a great job with him, and I always just thought, wow, yeah, one day I'll play a villain, and it'll be my goal to do a performance like you did. So well done, and still envious now.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, Noel doesn't have to worry too much about being that villain. Keep your eyes peeled on Twitter in the next couple of weeks on the Royal Duality Twitter. You may not have to wait too long to see Noel as a nefarious person. If you complete every ending of the game, you will get a clue about what we're talking about. There's a very
Royal
special
Duality.
ending. Yeah, very special ending of Royal Duality if you complete that game. Also, a couple more comments in the chat. It's so cool to hear everyone's voices here. Am I weird for keeping bread in the fridge? I keep my bread in the fridge. No,
You're objectively weird.
Okay.
Everyone in the chat
I do
is saying
too.
they keep their bread in the fridge.
I keep it in the fridge after a couple of days. Yeah, it lasts
Bread
longer.
stays in
The
the bread
freezer,
bin,
though. You
and
put
if
it in
it's
the
not the bread
freezer.
bin, you put it in the freezer. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the first debate of the day.
Is that like the
Goodness
opposite of
me.
We're
toast?
objectively correct.
Is it the opposite of toast, did you say?
Freeze.
Well, it's
Next
you know
Is that those
that's
ice
toast
cream
on
sandwiches I
beans.
keep hearing about?
That's exactly
Wow.
right. That's what- an ice cream sandwich is when you take two slices of bread that have been in the fridge
And you put
ice
cream in between them. You just
You're
put
also
cream
all
in
the
them.
sort of-
That sounds
You're all the sort
disgusting.
of people. You're taking the beans. You're putting butter on the beans. You're putting the beans in the bowl. And
We're not putting butter. Who's putting
No,
butter
put
on
butter on
beans?
beans. Who does
You're
that?
putting bread
Doing
on top of
beans.
the beans. That's the type of nefarious villains you all are.
That is the Royal Duality.
Royal Duality.
Oh god, that sounds awful.
Beans.
It's like a question you ask
Has
Not.
seeped into everyone.
It's not Luna Stella and the other book. It's who keeps
Beans
their
and
bread
butter.
in. It's beans and butter, bread in the bread bin, and bread in the
I
fridge.
think I'm gonna go fishing.
For beans or butter.
No for beans.
So, Steph, who's your favourite character in Royal Duality?
I'm still on the beans and bread thing. I don't know. I kind of have a top 5 and they're always kind of bouncing back and forth. Sirius and Blackheath are definitely in my tops. But I think my number 1 is probably someone who hasn't been mentioned yet, and that's Sam.
Yes.
Sam, yeah, Sam is best girl. Sam's like your
Yeah.
best friend that'll be completely honest with you when you're stepping out of line, and she'll always
A
be there
real
for
one.
you. Like, yeah, Sam's. I don't know. I just have a very, very special place in my heart for Sam, and I didn't really. I mean, I always liked her, but when I really started playing the game, I just felt like such a attachment to her. I think she's just lovely.
Yeah, and superb voice acting as well. The voice actress
Yes.
isn't with us today, but very good because she's one of those really composed characters. So, you've got to think, how do I sound like, as energetic as everyone else when I've got such a steady, sensible head on my shoulders? Fabulous, fabulous. So I will ask, Shaku, who is your favourite character in Royal Duality?
Me.
You, yeah.
Me. I think most people know, to be honest. My favorite is Sirius because he's, he's sassy, but he's also a big sweetheart. And Jet did the best job. I'm so happy. I love him to bits.
Yeah, and for a little bit of context as well, me and Hyaku created the cast of Royal Duality together, and Sirius is one of Hyaku's characters. So actually, interestingly, let's talk about, of the ones who are on the screen, who invented whom. So I actually. Not that many of yours are here today, are they, Hyaku? I'm just looking. I'm like, not many of yours are here. Warren and Sirius were yours, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
Yes,
yeah.
and the rest were mine. Daedric, Ira, Blackheath, Serpentis, and Noel. They were mine. So my favorite character. Well, I'm going to say it's either Christian or Helmrich. It's one of the pair of them. I seem to change my mind a lot. I feel like I know who it is, and then I change my mind. Yes, and someone in the chat's put, "Can we have some Helmrich love in here, please?" Yes, Helmrich's one of my faves. And I also made him, so I'm incredibly biased. So, righty, next question is right, so
now talking about bread. That was like 10 minutes ago.
so we've got a question here, and what we're going to have is we're going to have 3 characters on the screen, and then I'm going to ask you a question, and chat can join in. So even if you've not played the game, you can just look at the sprites and you can take a guess about who you would want to do these activities with. So, which character would you sit next to at school? So, I'm going to pick Noel first. Out of these 3 characters, we've got Christian, Sam, and Driscoll. Who would you want to sit next to at school?
Sam.
Sam. Very
Yeah.
decisive.
Sam, yeah.
Right.
Just be like a really good pal to have in class who would just be like, yeah, you just crunch through the day with.
Yes. Excellent. Right, okay. Next, Jet, who would you want to sit next to at school out of these 3?
Christian.
Yes.
I think yeah, Sam would be cool too, I think, but Christian's a peach.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go next. I too would sit next to Christian in class. So Steph, you go next. Who would you sit next to in class out of these 3?
I just want to see who's actually going to pick Driscoll. Because you get a worse person on the screen right now. Sam. Just very decisively Sam. Even though Christian's cool too, but Sam's my girl.
Okay, good. Right, okay. Jamie, who would you sit next to at school?
Driscoll.
Shut up.
You would!
Why?
Are you really?
Of course I would sit next to Driscoll. Because look, yeah, maybe sometimes I'm going to get the wrong end of the stick in that potential friendship. However, the antics you're going to get up to and the advantageous positions you may be able to take advantage of are quite beneficiary. I am a man who sees his opportunity, and Driscoll is a man who creates it.
Oh, okay, that was an unexpectedly spicy answer, I have to say. Okay, Doofu, who would you sit next to in class?
Not Driscoll. While I'm sure everything Jamie said is perfectly true, in fact, I know it's true. I wouldn't be able to manipulate that kind of situation. I would not get on the wrong end of the stick. I would get on the wrong end of those scissors. So instead, I would pick Sam, or ideally, actually, I would sit in the corner. We'd have Christian in front and Sam to the side.
Oh, that's very sensible. Kevin, who would you sit next to at school?
Well, I do have to agree with the reasonings for sitting next to Driscoll. I am not a risk taker. I am not a risk taker at all. So I'd probably be chilling with Sam.
Yeah.
She's pretty chill.
Smart. Okay, Jake, who would you sit next to?
I think the one thing that you need in school is a real friend, and that's why I got to go with Sam.
Yes. Okay, so our chat, we've got Sam. We've got Sam in my chat. Sam is unanimously the one we would sit next to. But Hyaku, who would you sit next to?
I have to read something from my chat. Is there an option to sit next to or maybe under the lamp?
Oh! Some supremacy in the chat, and maybe lamp, the spotlight of the whole thing. But yeah,
I'm
Hyaku.
saying Sam as well, by the way.
You're saying Sam as well, okay.
Yeah.
Any more for any more? Does anyone else in any chat want to shout out who they'd want to sit next to? Anybody?
My chat are saying Christian, Driscoll, and Christian.
Oh, okay. So we got a lot of Sams in mind, including someone called Sam, so it'd be Sam sat next to Sam, which would be very confusing. We've got Driscoll, Christian. Any more for any more? Or are we done with this question and can we move on? We're going to move on. Next question is... Ping pong. which character would you rob a bank with? So, I'm gonna go first. I would rob a bank with Helmrich because he could just make everybody take the money out of the bank. There would be no hassle, there'd be no arguments. No one would even care that I robbed the bank because he has ESP and he can also change the way people think. So for the hassle-free robbery, I would go for Helmrich, and that's who I would choose to rob the bank with me. Hyaku, who would you pick to rob the bank with?
I have reasons for all of them, to be fair. But
but you have to pick one.
I know that's the game. Okay, I'm gonna say Sirius because he can fly, so he could just drop you in and like out like a secret agent, you know.
Oh.
He's got illusion magic, so if there's any police or whatever, he could just make a distraction.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I hadn't thought of the illusion magic. That's a good bet. In my chat, I've got Helmrich. He straight up ride or die. Right. Okay. I'm going to ask Jake. Who would you like to rob a bank with out of Era, Helmrich, and Sirius?
I'm going to go with Era, just because I think that would be the most exciting for me. But I could see the benefits of all of them. I might be
Okay.
a little bit biased.
I love how it's like everyone's still happy to rob the bank. No one said I wouldn't rob the bank. It's like, oh yeah, I'll pick one of them. I'll be robbing that bank. No issue with robbing the bank. Okay, Kevin, who would you rob the bank with?
I would go with Helmrich for the same reasons of being able to manipulate and get out scot-free. I feel like if I went with Sirius, we would get caught. And if I went with Ira, she would literally kill me the minute we succeeded.
Yes. So, a couple of comments in my chat. Serious because I want to hang out with them, and then, hey, banks don't seem to mind robbing us. Very, very astute.
I got him.
That's
Very
true.
Oh,
deep political
topical.
Okay, Dupu, who are you robbing the bank with?
Ira, for actually the same reasons you gave for Helmrich. There would actually be no argument if Ira walked into a bank, because the moment she walked into a bank, everyone else would walk out of the bank. And then you could walk behind the counter, do all the stuff you need to do and leave. No issues. They might call the cops, but would you call the cops?
No.
I wouldn't.
Absolutely not, no.
I'd be I'd go home, probably crawl back into bed and hope that I don't have nightmares.
Yes.
Yeah, just hello 911. A god just walked into the bank real quick. Hello.
Are they nice looking?
Is that what the first thing the 911
Are we talking
operator says?
Greek gods? Do I need to bring something nice? Do I need to brush my hair?
She's 6'4". Is that a problem? I'm just telling you, she's very tall.
How many arms does she have?
Look.
The door's tall enough. I think it's not a problem.
Does she look like ceilings are a problem?
Okay, so I will ask Jamie, who are you robbing the bank with?
I think I'm going to have to go with Sirius, but not for any magical reasons or nefarious plots, just because with Sirius in a building with you, I guarantee no matter what you're doing, not going to stand out quite as much as Sirius just being there and vibing. So no one will see me as I
No
go
one's
about
looking at
my
you. Yeah.
business.
That's a solid answer. Solid.
And
So,
my chat, would like to point out that Helmrich, on the basis of turning people into potatoes.
yes, he does have the potato masher power.
The potato masher power.
His potato masher power. He's really good at mashing potatoes and also controlling people's minds. So, Steph, who are you going to rob the bank with?
Wait, time out. What's the potato thing?
He turns Oliver into a potato at the end of scene 3 in Act 2.
You're not versed in your potato lore?
Oh, I have apparently not gotten to that part yet.
Oh, you'll find out. You'll find out.
Aw.
He turns to a mental potato. It's fine.
Mental potato, not like a physical potato.
Not actually a potato.
I'm picturing the GLaDOS potato.
There's a really detailed CG of the potato. It's,
Yeah, I spent a really long time drawing that. Yeah.
Rendered in Unreal Engine 5.
Spectacles on.
It turns into like the Stanley parable, and it's like, and suddenly Oliver realised he was a potato.
Potato's the only thing in the
That
game
is
with
an
ray
underrated
tracing.
game right there.
Oh,
Ray
it's a
tracing and God
fantastic.
rays.
Sorry, I keep getting distracted. I'm like my chat. I keep getting distracted by potatoes and bread and beans. I would probably go with Ira just because I feel like the other two might have some moral qualms or at least some hesitations with robbing a bank. Ira would just be all about. She'd just be all about it. She'd be like,
So,
"Yeah, I'm there."
You're like, I'm robbing the
And-
bank with myself.
She's like, "I'm already outside." Yeah, I would probably go with Ira. Although yeah. But the fact that Sirius could fly is pretty cool too. I know, yeah, Ira. Let's go with that.
I also love that little Rose put, and then puts the potato in the freezer, and then everyone kicks off in the chat, being like, what? You're going to put potato in the freezer? You can't do that. It's madness.
We come full circle.
Okay, so, Jet, who are you going to rob the bank with?
I think, you know, I mean, we've talked about the illusion magic. We've talked about the ability for flight. I would like to rob a bank with Sirius simply by virtue of no matter how much we either succeed or fail or both, it's gonna be time. So honestly, just for the experience and shenanigans of it, I'll go with Sirius.
Yeah, that's valid. It's valid as any other reason of mine where I'm like, oh yeah, and then you can manipulate people and you can sneak out the bank. It sounds like I planned it way too much, to be honest. Martin, who are you going to rob this bank with?
Sirius. I don't think we'd actually end up robbing the bank because we'd be. It'd probably been an idea that came up when we were drunk, and then it would just, descend into chaos. I don't think we'd even make it to the front door. But yeah, so I think I would certainly be planning a drunken heist or robbery with Sirius. Whether that actually came to fruition or not is an entirely matter. We'll never know. But I think the plan to rob a bank would only happen with Sirius and not the other two.
Yeah, I feel like you'd get...
And alcohol would be involved.
Yeah, you'd probably be like, there's a Sainsbury's next to the bank. We could just buy some more drinks and not rob the bank. Okay,
Think how many more drinks you could buy if you did rob the bank.
Oh, now you're getting some
There we
logic
go.
involved there. You're getting some logic.
There
Well,
we
you
go.
could just rob the Sainsbury's. Cut out the bank entirely.
That's genius. That's my.
That's
I
good.
think
to the point
I
right
would
there.
take Hyaku to rob a bank.
Like, who needs
I mean,
a bank?
You could just shoplift, which is the same as robbing them, but I'm sure it gets a lesser prison sentence shoplifting than armed robbery.
Yeah, Hyaku, you went to the bank and you robbed some beans, some butter, some bread, and potatoes.
And a potato.
I mean, the self-checkouts never work anyway, so you might accidentally rob stuff anyway, you know what I mean?
And
An item in bagging area, and it's like everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jake, I would rob the bank with a potato. Who'd rob the bank with a lamp?
I mean, I would do that
the head
too.
with it, I suppose.
Just blind everyone. Okay, any
They'd
more
be
for it?
confused the whole time for sure.
Now listen. If you take out the guards, I'm gonna make my way in the vault. What do you mean you're in an...
So,
there it is. There it is. There it is.
I suppose that joke made very little context without everyone being able to see the fact I was holding the lamp, but sure.
Oh, you were holding the lamp.
I thought you just went quiet.
I'm currently watching the stream.
Yeah, check out the stream for Jamie, and you'll be able to see the lamp in action. Let me just do a quick shout out so you can see.
And to any of my lot, you can use the exclamation mark watch to support all the streams that are going on at the moment at the same time. You can count as a viewer in all of them. So please use that link.
Let's see, hopefully my shout out should work. There we go! Yes, it did indeed. So, right, we have robbed a bank, so we should probably move on to the most important question. Which character would you have as your stylist? So we've got Blackheath, Lily, and Warren. These are the characters that you can have as your stylist.
Welcome.
Okay, I'm going to put this question to Kevin first. Kevin, who are you going to have as your stylist out of these three?
Probably Blackheath. He's got drip.
Oh, okay.
I mean, do you see that? Do you see that stuff? It's style.
I mean, I agree.
Straight off the rack. Ain't nothing personal about that drip.
The only thing that might be a little bit questionable is the hair, but other than that,
It's a bit greasy.
yeah, it's a little greasy.
It's a bit greasy.
That I might need
Also-
Lily for.
Also, looks like he needs some sleep too. So
Well, don't we all?
He's just like, big mood, chat, big mood. He does, and so do I. So, okay.
Saying Lily. What?
Lily! Your chat is saying Lily.
My
Huh.
chat are unbased. Ignore them.
They are beast. Okay, I'm gonna ask Jet next. Jet, who would you have as your stylist?
You know, I as much as I appreciate Blackheath's style of attire, I think I respect Warren's lack of sleeves more.
Yes.
Oh.
Understandable.
Yeah, so especially as I'm standing in my booth and it's actually not 100 degrees today, it's only 84, but I am wearing sleeves and regretting my life choices. I'm gonna go with Warren.
Oh, okay. So I got Blackheath with conditioner is unstoppable in my chat.
Valid.
And I also have 2 tickets to the gun show with Warren in my chat too. Very good.
Boom! Firepower.
Also, thank you for follow, Christopher. Thank you very much.
Good job.
Martin, who would you have as your stylist?
I don't put a lot of point in clothes. I'm not a very stylish person, really. So it'd have to be Warren, because I don't think I could keep up financially with Blackheath's style. I might be able to do one outfit and I'd have to wear it forever.
I mean, so does he.
So
it's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, he does do that.
Just pick
I
Warren on the
think-
basis of being the least stylistic, because I have some.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, at least it's sustainable. You know, I could sustain that style far longer than I could Blackheath. So it might be reverse logic, but I'm going with Warren.
Right, this is all dry clean only.
Good
Yeah.
luck with that when you
Perfect.
can't leave the castle. my
I don't
friend.
have the time for that.
He like cleaned it once. He's like, oh, but wait a minute, vampires don't sweat. And he's like, he just hasn't spilt anything on himself for like 10 years. Right, I'm gonna ask Steph next. Steph, who are you gonna have as your stylist?
I don't know. None of the above, but probably Blackheath. I think of all of them, I like Blackheath's style the best. Yeah, let's go with Blackheath, just for the sake of choosing somebody.
Blackheath's getting popular here in the style. Not what I expected. I was kind of expecting someone to pick Lily, but what do I know?
I mean,
It's not just a phase, Mom. This is who I am. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah,
I said I
Blackheath
would-
went to Hot Topic and was like, I'm now the true self I always wanted to
Not a
be.
phase. I'm always going to be in service to the Dark Lords, Mom.
I would
don't
pick Lily for
understand.
the hair. I would pick Lily
just
for
working
hair,
on my
but for
art.
clothes.
Lily has good hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lily's the hairstylist. As
Yeah.
a total
Easy son,
stylist,
too.
Blackheath.
Are you going to use
Yeah.
all 3 of them as like your separate parts of your fashion style? I like
Oh yeah,
it.
absolutely.
I like it. You just broke the
Warren
rules
for
there.
casual wear.
I wish I could change my... Oh, I haven't given my answer yet. Okay, I've got time. Okay. Blackheath's got the Casper tan going for him too, I have in my chat. So, I'm gonna ask... Jamie, who would you have as your stylist? I think I know who it might be, but who would you like to have as your stylist?
There's the answer my chat is wanting me to give, and there's the answer I'm going to give. Which
Say
is...
Lily. Say Lily.
Look, all I'm going to say is I looked surprisingly good in a maid dress that one time, and let's just move on. Warren for legal reasons.
Oh, I can't wait to go to a con one time and then see Big Fat Celestial dressed up as Lily in cosplay.
Oh my gosh, I would sign up for the
Pay
VIP
to see
package
that.
for that.
Oh, hey, hang on. Let's not speak as if this is something that's happening. That was
This is
No,
not
you
gonna
already
happen.
said. You just said it's happening. I
Well,
heard you say it.
no.
I heard that.
Subscribers, you know what
Everyone
to do.
heard it.
I am
Everyone heard
perfectly
it.
capable of messing up my own words. Thank you very much. Let's not put any more out there, okay? I draw the line at purple maid dress and cattail. Let's move on.
I love how that's where you draw the line, as if Lily's like a big jump from there.
Wait, wings? No chance. Actually, that's kind of on the cards for me as well. Moving on, quickly, please.
Okay, Dupu, who would you have as your stylist?
So I've just successfully robbed a bank, so I have enough money that I don't have to dress like I fell out of a tree. So not Warren. I think
Shade in the
I
Discord.
think
Oh my god.
there's no shade. I mean, it's truth. I mean, look at him. He's got a tattered sleeve. Or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like
So-
Urban Outfitters though, where you're paying like $300 for like a
Oh,
dirty T-shirt.
Distressed, right? It's
Just distressed.
very good. But I would have to go with Blackheath just so I could live out my teenage fantasy of being one of the cool goth kids.
Like,
Although
you
I
could
am
have
no
been in the
longer a teenager.
Rasmus if you'd wanted to be.
Exactly. That's with hindsight. Could you imagine what my childhood was like?
You want to dress as one of the cool goth kids now?
Yeah,
All right.
why not?
Yeah,
And
you could
pretty-
do
well,
that.
the thing is, all those cool goth kids are now old goth kids. So, a lot of them didn't grow out of it. If it wasn't someone from this list, it would be Christian. But because
Oh.
Christian's not here, it has to be Blackheath. But Christian would be good because he wears a very nice trench coat and a turtleneck.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's very comfy.
doing numbers.
My chat pointing out there are cool goth elders. So
Oh, they're called elders, aren't they? Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I tend to ignore my chat whenever possible.
Good call.
Okay, Jake, who would be your stylist?
Well, what's kind of funny is Blackheath is almost the spitting image of what I looked like in high school. And for that reason, I'm going to go with Warren, please. I just grew out of it.
I mean, there's no harm. Also, a couple of comments in my chat. I've got, if you like someone's style, surely you want to ask their stylist. Do you think Warren has a stylist? Do you think Blackheath has a style? Actually, maybe Eero is Blackheath's stylist. He came out and she was like, do your makeup better, it's not good enough. Not good enough for my temple. Get out.
It's not on fleek. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh, I could just hear her saying on fleek.
That's like part of the initiation ceremony. It's like, can you do your own makeup? Yes, great one. It's just like BRB, and then she's like, you're in.
Am I in? Yes, Queen. Slay.
Okay, Hyaku. Which character would you have as your stylist?
I feel like Lily is the right option. But Blackheath's makeup is good. I will say that. I'm terrible at makeup. But I'll stick with Lily, you know.
Well, I'm going to go to the dark side. Absolutely would have Blackheath because I designed the outfit, so goddammit, I would wear that one. So, like, that stupid neck, that's what I want on my jumpers. I want a jumper that has a neck that sticks out at an angle like that. Also, in my chat, I have Yas Queen. So, yeah, I think everyone kind of agreed that Blackheath.
I can just imagine wearing that on an airplane, like instead of having one of those neck pillows, just having that big collar that sticks up.
Yeah.
It was so hard to draw. That's why.
Every angle that Blackheath stands, you're like, please be on your side.
So hard, yeah.
So, any more, actually, before we move on from the stylist question, does anybody else have any views on who they'd want to have as their stylist before we move along?
I'm getting his comments of Warren getting so much shade the lamp is unable to light Jamie's life back up again.
Oh.
So that's going to be a no on my end, Chief.
No one. Okay, so next question. Which character would you rather be stuck in a lift with out of these wonderful gentlemen? So we have got Null, Oliver and Lewis, or Lou, depending on where you are in the game. Who do you want to be stuck in a lift with? Jet, who do you want to be stuck in a lift with? Or an elevator, for those who don't know what a lift is.
Yeah, so in terms of like who I would want to be stuck in a lift with, I think Noel or Lou would be the most pragmatic choices in terms of like actually being able to not get stuck in analysis paralysis over it. I think between the two of them, I'm gonna go with Lou.
Okay, that was a very reasoned. Answer. Noel, Martin, which character do you want to be stuck in a lift with out of these three?
Can I just go back and now say I would really like to choose Lou for a stylist.
You didn't give your
because
answers.
He
You
looks.
didn't give your answer.
You didn't give your answer for the stylist.
The what? Sorry.
Sorry, for the stylist question. Sorry.
No, I said I'm gonna. No,
Oh,
I did.
you're gonna
I said I'd be
backtrack.
Warren. I'm just saying, like Lou looks well smart.
Yeah.
So I would have him. Yeah. Anyway, I really love the sound of my own voice, but I'm not going to choose me to be stuck in a lift with. I'm going to go with Lou.
Oh, okay. Lou seems to be, yeah, interesting. Like, okay, I'm gonna ask Kev, who would you like to be stuck in a lift with out of these three gents?
I would probably say Noel, just because like again the voice is phenomenal, and I just imagine like an amazing elevator pitch where it's just like, all right, whatever product you got, you're sold. All right, you've already sold it with your voice. All right.
Shouldn't that be
So
a reason
good.
to not want to be in there so you're not getting led astray by the elevator pitch?
True, but I'm just saying if he's going to do it to someone else, like he's like that's his plan, and I'm just here listening to it. It's like, oh, you've got it in the bag. You got it in the bag, Chief.
He's just there, like, telling you about his fan fiction that he wrote about Royal Duality. He's like, it's really good though, and you're like, absolutely, my man. I would read that. I would read that.
Beautiful narration. Beautiful.
Yes.
I love that part.
Okay, so in my chat I've got, if you have a weak bladder, then Oliver's hat would be handy.
Wow.
Would
Okay.
be okay with that?
If we're being pragmatic with the addition to that. Jamie, who are you gonna be stuck in a lift with out of these three?
So I want to point out my chat's comment first, which was Lou, because he looks like he'd be too embarrassed to burp, much less fart. Way to keep it classy, Stelly. For me, though, I want to say, saying elevators tend not to be the largest spaces. Boy has wings. That like immediately, like he turns, he changes angle slightly. You are already uncomfortable, right? And if they're moving, like you're just gonna be in this unpleasant backdraft. However, I've got to admit, toilet hat is a fantastic motivator.
And also,
you're gonna be there. You're gonna need. You know, we're not.
Yeah, but
savages,
when that hat's full, you can't put it down. You're now holding a hat full of
Well,
wheat. I mean,
I don't know
it's
how
only
you
so
are
useful.
filling a hat in the time
You're
it takes
only
to fill
one
an
step
elevator, but
further
that's your
ahead.
business.
I've got a
If you
really
can
bad
fill the
feeling.
hat.
What are you gonna do? Like sit it down?
No.
Yeah.
I already can
Can't.
tell what's going to happen. We're going to spend the next 10 minutes figuring out how to prop up a hat against the corner of the lift.
I mean, that's one way to pass the
That's what I'm
time, isn't it?
saying. This is how it's going to go. Tie it to a handrail. It's got like chains on it, so yeah, you can definitely do that.
Exactly. You see, this is a hat designed with elevator toilet situations.
What is going on?
I don't think that's going to have the best stitching. It's going to
All I'm
be
saying
like.
is, well, on the basis of thinking that if Oliver's hat, if your concern is filling the hat, I'm concerned about your bodily movement because most elevators are not going to be stuck in for that long.
It's just going to be like a piss shower. It's just going to just slowly leak.
Oh my god.
Right.
I'm getting bad
This
like
question has
visual
taken a
images.
Be like a really annoying running tap, but instead of a tap, it's a hat upside down with piss coming out of it.
This is who you'd want to be stuck in an elevator with, right? Not how would you deal with bladder problems. in an elevator?
Imagine the doors opening on that elevator, and you're like, "Look, we can explain." It's just like holding the leaky piss hat.
My chat's like, what have I started? And they're like, well done to the person who started this conversation.
Have done well.
So,
talk about taking the piss out of somebody.
Oh, that was a bad joke there. Thank you, Jake. I loved it. I love puns. So I'm going to say an answer that is going to trump everybody else's answer. I'm going to say Oliver because he could magic the piss away and make it so I don't need the toilet. Boom!
I was gonna say that.
I was
We're-
gonna say
we're
that
forgetting
too.
the magic
Literally.
aspect of this.
Just
The
get
Harry
us out
Potter
of the
solution.
elevator.
I don't want to be like rude and
Prestidigitation is a
intrude on
cantrip.
people. You know, like, I would just rather use. I'd rather not ask him to use his magic. You know, it just seems.
It's a cantrip, though. Prestidigitation is a cantrip. It should be fine.
Are we
have
gonna
so
have
much
to
respect
roll
for where this
now?
conversation just went.
Verbal or somatic.
Yeah, are we like having to roll for initiative now? Can Oliver actually do the spell? And he's like, oh dear, I got a 2. Now
Find
the
yourself stuck in an elevator with a strange
And that
individual.
one.
Your blood is beginning to overfill. What do?
Critical
You
fail.
raise the wizard's hat. Okay, I'm gonna need a roll for persuasion. That's that one you're using the corner of the floor.
So, I'm also going to say that Oliver is the shortest member of the cast, pretty much. He's the shortest male, so he'd take the least amount of space. Hopefully he could use his magic to detract from the urine issues. And he likes to talk a lot, so at least you're not going to be lonely. But he also likes to talk too much, so I may actually kill him by the time we get out of the lift, depending how long we're in there.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo, you no longer need to poo.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one in Elisa Machna that they say when they need to use the toilet. So I'm just imagining Jamie and Warren stuck in a voice-controlled elevator. Oh my gosh!
No,
that's that skit. That's that BBC Three skit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the skit. All loving.
Loving.
Alabon.
You gotta say it as if you're from Flowerberry. 11. 11.
Lily built a lift that only Lily could use.
All loving. School line. Flowerberry. Freedom.
So, I feel like there's going to be an answer that dominates when I ask people who they want to be stuck in the lift with now. So, I'm going to ask Kyaku, who do you want to be stuck in the lift with?
I'm actually going to say Noel, because, like, Noel has, like, loads of stories that he could say, which I think would be quite interesting to listen to. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're happily with yourself because, you know, you heard some good stories.
Well, I would... I don't have bladder issues, so...
I have problems with my bladder. I could sit there for 6 years and not even need a wee, so...
You underestimated the toilet requirements of the lift scenario.
Like, I'd be more probably, like, hungry than needing the toilet, I would say. That would bother me more.
Well, Noel's also the tallest individual, so there's more to eat there.
I mean, this is why Oliver could just magic some food in. But Lewis will prepare and already have food with him, you see.
That's the obvious answer.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
Can't
Lewis
Oliver
is
just
prepared.
magic the elevator to work?
No.
He needs to be an artificer.
He's not a technomancer, but well, this is all very interesting, but I did specialise in this at school, and you're like, useless.
I mean, you could end up in a worse situation if you use Oliver's magic. Because maybe the lift could actually drop, you know, if he gets it wrong.
It's a
Just
cursed
saying.
lift.
Welcome to
Yeah.
Tilted Towers.
Where we dropping,
no,
boys?
not Tilted Towers. Damn it, my mind has been corrupted. What's the one?
Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror. Fucking Tilted Towers.
Just imagine
There's
Mickey
a
Mouse.
hotel in Blackpool called Funky Towers.
Fun fact.
That's really random.
Is it by the pleasure beach? Is it by the pleasure beach?
For the record, this universe does not have elevators. It does not have elevators. It's not Elden Ring. There are no elevators in Evergreen Castle. Just
I don't know. The rate at which characters can die in this game, it's not dissimilar.
it could be Elden Ring in that respect, but yeah, there are no lifts and there are no sights of grease, and there are no crimson tears.
To take like a mix of some of the dead ends and then just apply various Elden Ring sound effects, boss health bars, and so on. Get that turned into a compilation. Editor, if you're listening, if you want to see your family again, make it happen.
If you need like a northern NPC who's like, hello, I ain't seen my wife for 2 weeks, oh, she's dead, because that's every single Elden Ring quest ever. Oh, could you give this letter to my daughter? And then everyone looks awkwardly, it's like, she's dead, oh no, and that's the end of the quest, and you're like, well, nothing got resolved at all, this is very sad.
Someone said Elder Goths sound like a end level boss or something, and I was like, oh my god, that would be perfect in Elden against Elder Goths on a lift.
And what room do they drop? What room do they drop if you destroy an Elder God?
The Greater Edge Rune.
Yes, become edgier. So, okay, Jake, who would you rather be stuck in the lift with?
After everything we've talked about, I think I'm going to go with Noel, just because in the event that it was necessary, it looks like Noel comes with plenty of toilet paper. And it just, that seems to be the main, dilemma that we're trying to figure out here.
This has turned into such a toilet joke thing. This is ridiculous.
Sorry, just a quick question. What is the longest any of you have spent stuck in a lift? This
Not
this
long
doesn't
enough
happen.
to fill Oliver's hat.
Oh my god.
Not that long.
I'm gonna jinx myself the second I say this, but I've never been caught in a lift, and I'm I'm probably gonna get caught in it on TV.
You're gonna need to stay out of elevators for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
then.
just stay away from any Final Destination movies for a while now.
I mean, pragmatic. I'm gonna actually go with Oliver because they probably could make it a little more interesting doing magic and stuff. Maybe I wouldn't have to go to the bathroom if they use a spell or something. I don't know. But I mean, realistically, Oliver.
He could just magic you into another adventure, knowing all about, and then you're just in you're underground in Evergreen Castle. But he's like, "Well, hello," and he's like, "Oh, damn, it's the wrong floor of the lift." Gosh.
He can only send me to another stuck elevator.
Interrupting something.
Oh yes, you got the line in. You got the line in. Yeah, I was thinking it was the Tower of Terror, and Mickey Mouse was like, "Oh well, welcome guys, welcome to the lift." And you're like, "Oh no."
I'm sure it's not the Tilted Towers.
The Tilted Towers.
I hate how much streaming has ruined me. I used to be a normal, bearable person. Now I'm an awful, wretched denizen.
And that's the bit where everyone goes, "Beast." No, I'm kidding. Also, thanks for
yes.
Beast. Hi Shonen, thank you for joining. I hope you're well. If you're joining us now, what a bad time to join us. We're making toilet jokes.
What a great time!
We're talking to the voice actors who were in the game that me and my co-producer produced, which is called Royal Duality. And someone sneezed really loudly.
The noise, to be sure.
I was like, "Oh, this is Yaku," and she just
definitely one of them.
She just screamed, "Oh, this is Yaku!" Ah! She was happy,
like a Pokemon or something.
I was just waking everyone up, obviously. No,
it was all a test. Okay, so Steph, I don't believe we asked you who you'd like to be stuck in the lift with, have we?
No, I haven't. You haven't, but I'm glad you're going to be sort of towards the end because I've given it some thought. And yeah, initially I was gonna go with Noel because he's just so cool and level-headed and logical. We could probably figure it out together without any dramatics. But I have a very weak bladder. I am the worst to bring on road trips, just because you can't go 15 miles without me being like, I gotta use the bathroom. So yeah, I'd probably go with Oliver.
I can't wait to see all the new
Just for the
being
P-factor.
a professional toilet man.
Just for the P-factor. But also I feel like if he cannot get the elevator working or transport us out of it, I feel like he could be like, well, let's just magic some HBO Go and we could just chill and watch movies until.
But you do have to
Turn
enjoy.
this into a sponsor segment.
Brought to you by HBO Go.
I was going to say, if you need
Watch House of
VPN when
Dragons.
you're in the lift, so that no one knows what your internet security is, then get VPN. Not VPN. No, I'm kidding.
VPN Nord.
This
VPN
is brought to you by
We're
Ray
watching
Shadow
things
Legends.
other than HBO Go.
Use null VPN.
No VPN.
Nice.
Oh yes, no VPN. Do you like your privacy? Then use
I'm
no
the keeper
VPN.
of internet privacy.
Yeah, the man who's the god of stories and who knows everything is going to respect your privacy.
He's like, I won't
will
let
go
Neville
through
know.
all
He's
your
like-
privacy so no one else can.
He's like Santa Claus. He knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
See, he looks
always
really
watching
happy. He
Big
looks
Brother
so
Noel.
happy in that picture, and it's like, it's all lies. He's the most evil
I know
of
why
them
we're stuck in a
all.
lift, but do you know why we're stuck in a lift?
You're here by chance.
Ah, that's
A
perfect.
likely story.
He's like, welcome, my name is Noel. It's like, I don't even know who you are. Why did I pick to be stuck in the lift with you? My God.
The elevator stops. Not even like the lights flicker. You stop. You look around. You turn around. There's no. Hello, I'm the guardian of stories. Oh no.
You are in a lift.
and then you whisper to him, I took the lift to go to the bathroom. And then he's like, oh no.
Wish I had a hat.
And that woman's like, ah! Peasants! So,
I hope
who...
Oliver's got a bin bag liner in there. It's going to be a rough one. If not.
So who hasn't answered this question, the most important of questions?
I think that's everyone.
I haven't.
Oh, Doofy, please fill us in with your wisdom. Who are you going to be stuck in the lift with?
We're going to fill that hat.
Oh!
Not Lily, but she's not here. So
She's
that's
not
fine.
even an option. Good news for you.
Good. That's
She's a
fantastic.
healer.
Yeah, you wouldn't even need the toilet. You wouldn't even need the toilet if you were with Lily.
Sorry, is that an affliction? Can you be healed of that?
Oh,
Is
I have
that
questions for this.
It depends how weak your bladder is, I guess. If it was an illness, she could just cure it.
heal your weak kidneys.
Oh my lord.
So I would take Noel because we've got the best chance of shoving him through the ceiling hatch, and then he can go and fix whatever the problem is, or go to safety, or kick out the safety mechanism or something. Because I'm not going to sit around in a lift waiting to have to use the bloody toilet hat.
Staring at Oliver from across.
Your hat.
Oliver's like,
Noel,
it smells
you're
rather
going through
bad
the
in here.
ceiling.
Well, he does have very sharp, pointy hair. Maybe he could, like, break through. Yeah.
What has this character become?
Poor Lou, just totally useless in the bladder conundrums.
Damn,
Question
the bladder
6,
meta?
getting all the deep answers.
Yeah, Lou failed in the bladder meta of 2022. He's waiting for a do a bit better in the next one.
Luke is
bladder.
really good at being prepared, so he might have brought a portable toilet. Who knows?
What? Where's he hiding that?
He's gonna carry a portable toilet.
No, but his name is literally Lou.
EW, not OO.
It's come full circle.
The Lou was
Doesn't
here
bode
the
well,
whole
does it?
time.
He just looks nervously and he's like, hello.
Oh no.
I
Well-
think you realise when people keep saying his name over and over and over again, it's like, wait, it's Lou. It's always been there. It's like the Da Vinci Code or like a beautiful mind. Like all the symbols start moving.
Sam just takes his hand and says, Lou, it has to be you. And he's just sweating and he's like, what does it mean?
No. No.
What does it mean? He's like, I can't. Okay, well, that was an end. That was an end to a stream.
That was the last question.
That was, I mean, that was the last question that I prepared. So yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Are you shocked that it went this direction?
No, not really. I have to say thank you to one of the people in the chat who was like, "What about if you needed the toilet in the lift?" I was like, "No one made that assumption."
No. Whoever said that, you are I love you.
You are a god.
You are a deity beyond deities. You are the grand divine. You are the reason that we draw breath. You will be my motivation. You will be in every thought till my dying day. Thank you.
No, wrote a
Especially when he's going to the
story.
bathroom.
Yeah.
I will no longer use I will not go into explicit terms. I will no longer use the bathroom without a silent thank you toward you. Every time I reach for the toilet paper, thank you.
Thank you, Sam Croft 90. Thank you.
Sam Croft 90. I will etch your name into every bathroom stall from here until the end of days.
Is that what you and Driscoll are going to do in school? Because you're sat next to each other on every desk. It's like Sam Croft 90 was here.
I'm just absolutely crying over it.
Oh my gosh. Also, thank you for the subscribe. DNK apps, thank you so much for the subscribe. Well, that's the end of the questions. The problem is in this group, I'm like, well, who knows what happens now? No, so that's the end of the questions. I wanted to thank everybody who came here today for talking. If anybody needs to jump off, this is not jump off anything. Just like if you just need to leave the stream, we're not getting dramatic. There's not actually a lift. If you need to go to the bathroom. If you need to not hydrate, this is the time. But yeah, so for anyone who needs to leave, make yourselves known now if you need to jump off.
I don't have to pee just yet. I'm good.
Okay.
Everyone's desperately, no, cross-leg, I don't need to pee. I promise.
Where's the nearest hat?
Where's the nearest hat? Princess
I don't
Lily will
have
cure our
one. Someone get
UTIs
me
and we
to the
don't
nearest
pee.
mage college. Stat.
Is this how people do 24-hour streams? They just have a load of Oliver hats lined up and they're like, well, gosh golly, it's gonna go to pee.
A 24-hour stream just a few days ago. Yes, that's exactly what I did.
You got loads of
every
Oliver
time I
hats.
watch Lord of the Rings, it's like listening to rain or a waterfall. I see Gandalf's hat. I'll be back. I'll be right back, guys.
Never gonna look at a wizard's hat the same ever again. It's just not gonna happen.
Oh, Jude, the implications of the sorting hat.
Oh
no! I mean, your house is.
That's a lot.
No, what are you doing?
What if the sorting hat were just like a big drug test? Like,
chose a really bad time to be a
That's like, there's something in your system. You're going to Slytherin.
The stool sorting hat.
Well, we've got Harry Harry Plopper in my chat. Harry Plopper.
Martin, well bloody played.
Yeah, Harry Plopper and the kidney stones. I don't know. Crying because of fun and the cauldron of piss. These titles.
Harry Potter and the Chamber Pot of Secrets.
Oh,
there
nice.
we go.
Okay, yeah.
That's what we've been waiting for.
Approved. Says Noel, he is an author, he knows a good story, he knows a good title. He's like, that's a bestseller, that one. Harry Plopper and the Cauldron of Piss. It's almost as good as Royal Duality, the game available on Steam. You can buy it now.
It costs literally nothing.
It costs no pounds and not pence.
Free to play. Can't beat free to play.
You cannot beat free to play. But also, just a note, there are some people here who will also be in the Royal Duality audio drama, Tales of the Silent One, which is available for all of those people who maybe don't play games or can't play games because the engine we chose wasn't very accessible. So yeah, we are also very, very lucky that our voice actors returned and they're doing an audio drama version of the events of Royal Duality told in a new way, 5 years after the events of the game. So if you want to find out what happened to that lovable rogue, Warren, and not lovable rogue, he's different, the lovable rogue, Warren, and all the other characters in Royal Duality, you can find out by listening to the audio drama, which will be available later this year and into next year as well. So there you are. Kyaku, do you have anything that you would like to add as we close off the stream at all?
I don't think so.
No, not really, no.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming. It was super fun. Any more for any more? Anybody got any comments? Any things they want to plug? Anything you want to plug? Voice actors who are here today, feel free to do so now. Doesn't have to be Royal Duality. Oh yeah, no VPN.
No VPN.
I just want to plug Royal Duality. You guys should definitely play it, please.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, it is a very great game, and I'm not biased at all. No.
Play Royal Duality. Yes, this is a threat.
Play Royal Duality and then also write a review on Steam or Twitch, whichever one you choose. itch.io, because it's available for Mac as well. So if you have a Mac, you don't have to miss out on the fun. Fun? Question mark?
Does anyone have the store link handy?
I should do,
shouldn't
I?
It's in my chat right now.
Oh, you see.
!RD for anyone in my chat who would love to go and download the free-to-play game Royal Duality. Why haven't you already? We've had conversations.
All right, I will do the same because I'm a good person.
Tell you, chat.
I should do it too, given that it's the game that I know.
Oh, thank you so much for posting that in the chat.
I
Got to
will
it before
put
I
it
did.
also. Oh yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for putting it in the chat. Everyone's putting it in my chat. Thank you guys. I will also put the itch link in for people who want to play on Mac. So yeah, let me just grab that for you now. Or if you just like to download a copy that's not linked to your Steam account, that's totally valid. You can do that too. But yeah, let me just grab that link as well. So yeah, I should also say, aside from the audio drama, if you get to the end of Royal Duality, you will see a teaser for the next project that Hyakuten Games is creating, and some of the characters from Royal Duality will return in a sequel game that is called Royal Duality: The Waiting Room. So if you found Royal Duality interesting and you liked some of the characters, you can meet them again in the sequel game.
What
And
are some of the characters they can meet again?
there are some characters they can meet again.
This is the first I'm hearing about this.
Oh yeah.
I'm super stoked though.
Yeah, it's some of the characters who maybe didn't survive Royal Duality will be returning to enter a new game with Noel, the Guardian of Stories.
New Game Plus.
Yeah. So yeah, if you liked characters such as Blackheath, Helmrick, Oliver, Serpentis, Neville, they will be making a return with some guest appearances from characters such as Sirius, Era, and more. That's what I'm going to say for now, but it's an evolving story, and you will find out when a trailer is released towards the end of the year. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Whoa, the end of this year?
The end of this year, there'll be a trailer revealed.
Far out, dude. That's totally.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Base.
So yeah, no, that's what I'm going to say. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. I do believe that there's someone who's hiding in my chat who is involved in that project as well, but I'm not going to call them out because it's all very hush hush and secret. So yeah, I would like to thank everyone who joined us today. I'd like to thank all the voice actors who joined us today. So that is Kev, Martin, Jet, Steph, Jamie, Dupu, and of course Jake. Thank you so much. And I would also like to thank Hyaku, who joined us today as well. And I'd like to thank myself for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys for producing this masterpiece.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you to the incredible developers for everything you've done and all the hard work you've put in for the past few years. It is fantastic to see that finally come out and for us all to be able to play it and just genuinely enjoy something that we've all been waiting patiently. Not so patiently in my case.
Oh, thank you so much. And I got a nice comment in the chat, which was, thank you for your PowerPoint slides. I'm like, you're quite welcome. I do like a PowerPoint. Do you like an attractive PowerPoint? Also, it's Google Slides. I'm just going to be very controversial there. Also, it's always cool to see a story come into life. Too many died before they see the light of day. That is true. And developing remotely during the global panini was not without its challenges. We'll say that, but not from a voice acting perspective. All of our voice actors were super duper good and made it very, very easy. It was just the logistics of having one half the development in one part of the UK and having one part of the development in another. When we weren't literally allowed to see each other, that was quite interesting, and there were lots of quite late calls into the night. So yeah. So yeah, that's wrapping everything up for today. So I will just do some shout outs now. So you guys can find some of the people who joined us today on the stream. So we have got Big Fat Celestial. I will put his shout out here now. If my computer survives.
Same for all of my lot. You can use the watch link, but mods, also please drop a shout out for Steph and for Cecil and for anyone
It's not
else.
the one.
Huh?
Oh, I'm talking to myself. I posted the wrong link. There's the multi-stream link.
And for any of the other people in the stream who would like to shout out their, I'm not talking to my own chat. I'm talking to the other voice actors and devs. Don't get ahead of yourself with shameless self-promotion. If there's anyone else in this call who would like to all plug themselves, please feel free to do so.
And I will do one more. So I've got stuff. But yeah, if anybody else would like to promote themselves in my chat, please do so now. Also, yeah, I did see that when I did do foos, it just says they are playing no game, which made me laugh. No game, no life. Yes, someone else put that in my chat as
No
well.
game. Very
I
good.
stayed in the Royal Duality category the entire time.
Yeah, so did I. But no, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for everybody who joined us today, watching as well. Thank you for getting involved in the chat. It was super fun having your comments about the toilet. It will never be the same again in the Royal Duality server. Oh yeah, Jamie enjoyed that. Yep, and check out Jet on Twitter.
Toilet humor.
A literal toilet humor. So no, thank you so much, everybody. Take care, be safe, and we'll see y'all again soon. Bye bye.
All right, I'm signing off too.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks
See
for
you later,
joining.
guys.
See ya. Bye bye.
Bye.
Toodle pips.
Bye.